I'm gonna talk about some of the laws of logarithms. And I use this book, this free book that you can download from OpenStax College Algebra, second edition. In page C06, you will see logarithmic properties. Here is the product rule for logarithms in any basis or in any base. You have to calculate the log of a product. You can split it in the sum or addition of those separated logarithms. First, logarithm of m plus logarithm of n. Let's see how to use the product rule. The product rule says that log in any base of a product is log of x in that base plus log of y. How to use it? Suppose that you want to calculate log x squared times y, and you know that log x is suppose 2 in any basis, and log of y is 3. Then you can use the product rule for logarithms and say it is log of x squared plus log of y. Now to continue, we'll talk about the power rule. The power rule says for logarithms that log of m to the n is equal to n log of m. It means you have here the log function, and here is the argument. You want to calculate the log of m to the n. Instead of using m to the n, you use only n times the log of m. This is a lot easier to calculate because you use here is multiplication. And here you have to find first the power of m. Then, instead of using or calculating the power of m to the n, you better take this n, put it down here, and multiply for the log of m. This is the power rule. Like in this case, this is in base 2. The log in base 2, of course, of x to the 5 is 5 times log of x. Then using the power rule, you say that it is equal to 2 log of x plus log of y. No changes here, but here we use the power rule. And now, with this value, you can finish your problem because you say that your answer is 2 times log of x, which is 2, plus log of y, which is 3. And it gives you 7. There are other rules. Let's review here. See, remember, when you have the product rule, you have the log of a product and change it to addition. taking the log of n of each of the elements of the product, but changing multiplication by addition. The product rule, and this is for multiplication for products. You have a similar rule for quotients. If you have a quotient, you have to calculate the log of a quotient. Just change the division by subtraction. If it is multiplication, you use the product rule and you have a plus here. And if it's a quotient, you don't add but subtract. They are very like, they are similar. For products, m times n, you have plus. For quotient, n divided by n, you subtract. Like in this example, they have this expression here. They factor as a product this expression, and they factor this one also. And then they say, let's cancel these two because they are equal, and I have only log of 2x divided by 3. And since this is a quotient, you have a subtraction. And here, since this is a product, you have an addition, but logs with the subtraction. And see, this expression so complicated, and this one much more easier to use using these rules: the product rule, the quotient rule, and the power rule.